Hi, angels. It's Alethea and Anna, and today we're going to meditate. I wanted to show you what it looks like when I fuss and I fidget and how I actually get comfortable and ready to go for meditating and how long I generally take. So this video has been sped up ×2 because I didn't think you wanted to listen to me ramble for 19 minutes. But here we are with me settling in, getting chill, and doing my daily meditation. Now, I do meditate daily, but I don't do it on a schedule. That is something that is really important to me, that it's not a set time that I meditate for. It's not a set time that I begin meditating, that it is something that I do throughout my day when I feel like I both need it and have the time to do it. Sometimes, even if I don't have the time to do it and I just need it. But what meditation provides for me is a lot of clarity, especially in relation to my anxiety and my depression. It helps me refocus, recenter, and set my perceptions to a place that I am happy with. When I say set my perceptions, I recognize that a lot of my anxiety and depression is a reflection of how I perceive things and not how they actually are. And that how they actually are can be seen in a variety of different ways. So I'll try and shift my perception so I can see it in a way that doesn't leave me fearful and doesn't leave me feeling hopeless. Watching myself meditate right now is actually kind of funny. I don't move much once I really get into it. But what I also wanted to talk about was a bit about how I came to meditation, which was actually presented to me as an option, almost a requirement, by my psychotherapist many years ago, when I was very resistant to the idea of medication at the time. I have since released that resistance and am now medicated. But at the time, I was not willing to try it, and this was presented to me as one of my few options. I was enrolled in a 6-week program doing the mindfulness meditation as presented by Jon Kabat-Zinn and Thich Nhat Hanh. It was a clinical program that I did have to respond to a lot of questionnaires, but also do a lot of homework and commit quite a bit of time. It was 2 evenings a week plus Sundays that for 6 weeks I had to show up for, and not just physically be present, but mentally be present. And that was very much what they were trying to teach us, is how to be present rather than future jamming or dwelling on the past, and allowing that to be the new way of seeing things is from the present. And that was really huge for me. That was something that I do attribute to saving my life, that it changed so much for me and let me take control back of my mind. And, you know, when I say take control back, I mean from the chemicals, the chemicals in my brain that are imbalanced, that cause me to have my anxiety and my depression, and take my mind back from the PTSD that at the time I wasn't even aware of, but I knew there was like some really serious pain that was affecting my day to day, and I couldn't see a way through it. And this meditation really helped me not only find a way through it, but also make it through it. I cannot support mindfulness meditation enough. I know that there's a lot of claims around it being able to correct, I don't want to use the word correct, being able to help with physical issues. I don't have experience with that. I have experience with the mental aspect. And that's really where I speak from, is the mental and emotional aspect of it. And here we've actually got my phone ring, so, and back. just a quick phone call. These interruptions happen all the time, and you'll find that they happen all the time in your practice as well. And the trick is to not let them derail you, just deal with them as they come, and then boom, back at it. One thing I want to note is that throughout most of this meditation, I actually am shaking slightly. And that's because I don't really have the core strength right now to support sitting upright with it, like, very comfortably. But I went through it anyway. I continued to stay sitting instead of laying down. And I do that throughout my daily practice because I think it's really important to reestablish those muscles and get them used to sitting. If I can't sit upright, supporting myself, I feel like that's something that I can do for myself. Just sit upright and redevelop those muscles. Even if, going to the gym has been derailed so many times. Many of the benefits that come from meditating are all in our heads. And that's what I think is the beautiful thing of it. That it's just it's just rewiring our minds. And so what I'm doing here is focusing on my breath. So focusing on the in-breath and the out-breath. You'll notice that I don't breathe, one breath in through my nose and then a breath out through my mouth. That's because I always found that to be very uncomfortable for me. So I just breathe through my nose because that's what's comfortable. It doesn't take me out of the meditation. And I'm trying to figure out a way to describe this. I'll focus my front and my back brain. The way I'll find that I have thoughts in the front of my mind, and I visualize it as being the front of my brain, that are the forefront of my thoughts, and so those will run away with me, and so I need to focus the front of my thoughts on my breath. But then at the same time that that's happening, I'll still have the voices in the back of my head, worrying about things that I'm scheduling, what I'm going to have for dinner, the little nagging voices. And so that, the back of my brain, I need to refocus that as well. So it's like, for myself, I have those two parts of my brain I need to focus in. And so I'll bring those to my breath, and I'll really focus on how I'm breathing. And in this specific meditation, I'm focusing on breathing in guidance and breathing out judgment, as I'm looking to get some clarity on a project that I'd like to start. And so that is a specific thing that I am using my meditation for, that I find having a goal like that for each meditation is really key for me personally, that it allows me to feel productive doing something that seems wholly unproductive. And that keeps me sitting, that keeps me with my butt on the bed meditating, that keeps me focused and gives me something to really work towards. So you can use guided meditations. You don't need to use just your thoughts. If you want to listen on YouTube, there are tons of guided meditations. I believe there are even meditations out there by Jon Kabat-Zinn that can be found that are the mindfulness meditations, the ones that he produced. And I had a CD of them back in the day, but even now, I would love to have those. So I'm really just focusing on working out an issue, working out a problem, but relaxing into it and not really analyzing the thoughts that go by my mind. So I'm focusing in on the breath. I'm allowing myself to have thoughts, but I'm not judging them as they go by. And so that non-judgment is really a key element when it comes to mindfulness meditation. Anyway, that's me waking up and coming out of it. I hope you haven't minded my ums and ahs as I've continued through this. There's a couple neck stretches, which I don't 100% recommend. I have some shoulder issues that can be exacerbated by them. But thank you so much. And I am so happy that you joined me for this quick little jaunt through my meditation history and practice. And I hope you'll join me for another video. Like and subscribe and all those things. Thank you so much. And I hope you are the best you that you can be today.